What's up, everyone? Welcome to Key to the Game podcast, episode 1. Today with me, I got my brother, SFA star, Oakland Tech star, Denzel Bonds, man. Introduce yourself, man. Let the people know about you, man.
Denzel Bonds from Harlem, Uptown. Yeah, Harlem River Projects.
Yeah, that's definitely an Uptown legend, man.
Yeah, born and raised, man. Definitely. You want me to keep going? Or?
So yeah, you could just let the folks know how you started playing basketball. What inspired you to start playing basketball?
Wow. I seen, what was it, 1994, 93. I remember seeing Hakeem Olajuwon play, and I just kind of like fell in love with basketball after that.
Was there any like inspirations from your neighborhood?
At that time, no. Probably my brother. I used to watch him play.
And your brother, you told about Doc.
Yeah, Doc. I used to watch him play, and he was really good when I was coming up, and he kind of taught me everything. And it was like just a kid playing basketball. Then he seen further than I seen, and we took it serious after that. Probably like 9 years old.
Yeah, Doc is definitely like a big brother to the whole neighborhood, not just to you, man. He's a big brother to the whole neighborhood, man. Definitely. Good brother.
Yes.
So what was like your first team that you went to?
Jelani from across the street, his pops was the first team I played with in the YMCA, and then I ended up, me and a couple other guys went to the Gauchos, and like all my friends made it, like Kurt and all that, like all of us, Merritt, them guys made the B team, I made the A team. I had no left hand. I played super defense, and I was dumb fast. And Gauchos. I played Gauchos. That's how I met Jarrell, Mills, Chris Noel. Who else was playing with us? Rick Cadell, my brother, for sure. Cody, CO.
Yeah, I had a brick over there.
Yeah, we was running through ice cream.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about ice cream.
Yeah, we was running through
time on that. For those who don't know, Gauchos is like one of the most prestigious AAU programs in the country.
Definitely.
So for you to make that team, that's tough, man.
Definitely. After that, though, me and Rick left because we went. I remember our last tournament was like, I think North Carolina. He didn't play us too much, and my brother and Rick's father was on the bus making noise, and it was like, yo, this is it. This is over. It's done. We out of here. And then I think I played with Team Roc after that.
Oh, you played with Team Roc?
Yeah, I played with Team Roc. I went to Riverside. I made Riverside, and then I went to Team Roc. I used to go to Oakland in Richmond, California every summer back then. So I made Riverside, and I had to go away. So I went away, and when I came back, they already had their team situated and all that. So I ended up playing with SA.
Yeah, shout out to SA, Steve Harris too, man.
I started playing with them. Sheeb Ice was my coach.
I remember Sheeb Ice, that was my boy too, man. Mustangs days.
Yeah, Sheeb Ice was my coach. I played with Big Steve, I think Sammy, a couple guys. My man Larry, Blizz.
All right, Blizz.
I think, Hank played with me too.
Shout out to them, man. That's all Uptown. It was home team.
Brothers, man, my brothers. And after that, I went to Riverside. I left Team Roc and I'm going with the richer. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got
That's how I was thinking back then. So I ended up going to Riverside, playing with Rory, Scotty Drawhorn, and all them guys. We had a good team. And then that went sour. It was kind of like they didn't really let me like be me. Mm-hmm. I think I had Dave Guzman as my coach. And I was kind of like free agent at that time. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Doc was heavy part of everything at that time in my life, like everything. So Rick was at Abyssinian. He brought me over.
That's the Zele.
Yeah,
Abyssinian Zele.
that's the one that kind of let me. Abyssinian kind of let me like loose, let me be myself, and that's the most I appreciate them for, is letting me just be me and let me play with my friends.
Let you make your
my
mistakes.
brothers. Yeah, just let me play with them. We probably had one of the best 3-guard lineups. Me, D Black, and Rick Goodell. We beat everybody in the city, but we didn't really have that much of AAU. Abyssinia was kind of like cheap, and they still like terrible to this day as far as like
the money,
the programming. Like they should have been bigger and better because they had all the talent. A lot of people come from out of there, but you know how that go. That's water under the bridge. I don't really jack them too much. But,
so, you start playing with the Panthers.
Oh yeah, I played with the Panthers in a couple tournaments. Lance, and he was a baby at that time.
Yeah, I think Lance my class, 2009.
Yeah, Lance was probably in the 8th grade, going to 9th, I believe. I forgot
You got about 4?
Yeah, so yeah, I was a senior. I was going to my senior year. Rob Thomas was on my team.
Tough.
Chris Lowe.
Chris Lowe went to Mount Vernon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Danny Green.
Danny Green. Who else we had? We had a couple more guys, but that's probably the main players that was there. I came off the bench, I think. Yeah, I came off the bench. Chris Lowe was starting at the point.
But shit, y'all had a brick coming off the bench. You still gonna get looks.
Yeah, definitely. We was loaded. Rob was kind of like the Danny Green, and then like Rob Thomas was like the man. That's when he kind of like
took off.
Yeah, he took off.
Cause Rob was Team Roc too.
Yeah,
definitely was Team Roc. That's SA Pup.
Yep. And then I played with Sam Ryans. That's with Tyreek Evans' first team before he got his own team.
Okay.
Yeah. They from PA. I played with them. I played with DC. So at that time, when I got like older, I was just jumping around and just playing in certain things with a lot of people. But other than that, we could go back to Rice.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to get into that. What made you choose Rice?
I was supposed to go to St. John's Prep because of Tolly Brown. Yeah, just because of him, because I like watching him. And what was my other school? I forgot, but it was like St. John's Prep and Rice. I used to kill Young World. So
that's my fault for cutting you off. No. For those who don't know about Young World, that's Mohawk City. He grabbed a lot of talent from Young World.
Yes.
That's where he snatched Kim at.
Yes.
In my head, that's how I feel he snatched Kim at.
Shout out to Mohawk City over there at LIU. After that, I was kind of like up and down of where I was gonna go, and Mo kind of gassed me.
I mean, when Mo comes, that's like in New York City, that's like Mike Krzyzewski coming into your home.
Yeah, and I know he had wild people coming, so it was like you
gotta take a motherfucking spot.
Yeah, basically, you gotta come there and be who you are, or you're gonna end up just being in school.
Falling in the cracks.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna go there. All my friends went there. My right hand man, Goat. So it was like it just made sense.
Shout out to Goat, man. We gotta get you up here too, bro.
Yeah, Goat definitely gonna do it. It's gonna take a hard time to get him, but we're
gonna get you up here though, man. We're gonna get you up here.
He'll do it. And then we went there. We played. We had one of the better freshman teams. We lost in the chip.
Who y'all lost to?
Christ the King, Chris Martin. He was
left-handed dark Chris Martin.
He was probably one of the best freshmen. Like he was
in
tough.
The city.
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely. He never grew though.
Yo, he been big since I was a little
kid.
Yeah,
he never grew.
I might be taller than him now.
You would think he would be like, if he was like 6'6", He was probably gonna go to
Pro?
the league. Yeah, definitely. Then Rice just had too much politics, a lot of behavior, probation. That's the first time I ever had an 88 average, and I got a C in one class, like a 70 something, and I didn't make the honor roll. It didn't even make no sense. So all my crew is making honor roll, even people that I thought was like not even that smart, but me, because I had one C, it didn't even make no sense to me. But there was just too much politics with the school, so that kind of had an effect on me my sophomore year when I moved up to varsity. Played with Russell Robinson. Shout out to Russ, Artie, Shigari.
You play with Shigari too?
Yeah, I played with Shigari.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah, Shigari. Who else was on it? Teddy Mack.
Okay.
He got Wamey, Tasco. Shout out to Tasco.
They had a crew. Rail Mills is up there with y'all too, right?
Yeah, but I didn't get to play with Rail because Rail already got kicked off early.
Okay.
Rail got kicked off early sophomore year.
Yeah, man. Rail had a lot of talent, man.
Damn,
He definitely
who
supposed to be
played varsity?
in someone D1.
Yeah, he played varsity with us. Goat was supposed to play. He got kicked out too. But it was a blur for me because I came probably like the last 10 games of my sophomore year. I played like probably four games. Like actually played. I started probably like 2 or 3 of them. I hit the game-winning free throws against Severian.
What's that with Lee Vance and them?
No, Levance wasn't even. Was Levance on varsity yet? I don't even know.
Oh, you and Levance the same class?
Yeah, so I don't even remember.
Class above you.
Nah, we in the same class, but I don't remember Levance. He probably did play. Levance did play because
him and Saquon Stone.
Yeah, he one of the best. I know Saquon for sure. Chris Taff was the man.
Oh, Chris Taff was there.
Yes,
Yeah, Chris
sure.
Taff was tough.
He was the guy. He was the guy. That was a good. We had a good team. Russ kind of was the leader.
And
he was great player.
That summer, you was it that summer you go to 5-star?
No, it was after freshman year.
Talk about 5-star, man. You won
5-star.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes.
We got to get into that.
5-star was probably my best individual play in a long time, man. Because I really locked in because of the fact that it was like everybody there. And
name some people who was there. Tell the people who was there.
Dion Merritt, Sean Singletary,
Virginia,
J.R. Smith, Russell Robinson, Kurt Kelly, Edgar Sosa.
It was some motherfuckers there, man. That's when 5-star was 5-star.
Yeah, I could keep going.
Yeah,
It was so many names. Was Sean Banks? Sean Banks might have been there, I think.
Sean Banks was tough too.
Damn, it was a lot of people there.
You just named some pros.
Yeah, it was AJ Price. He's probably one of the best guards I've seen besides Sebastian Telfair.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah, Sebastian came. He came and left. I think. I think he came and left. He wasn't playing, but other than that, it's too many names, but they all was like killers.
Tell us about your performance there. How you made your name stand out amongst them names.
I played with Doug
Elwell.
Yes. And who else was on my team? I know Doug and it was this kid named Elijah. Long, like 6'7", 6'8". He was good, but Doug was. I think me and Doug was probably like the highlights of the team. You only played 2 quarters. I probably averaged like 9 to 10 I think, in 2 quarters. So that's a lot there.
Yeah.
I made All-Star. And I was surprised. I got a lot of steals, but I thought like Rory.
You thought he had to win?
Yeah, because he was like really like on some Tony Allen type time.
Shout out to Rory, man, too. Shout out to Rory, man.
I was just getting mad steals and stuff, but they gave it to me. So I had a big year. So that led to me thinking like,
I'm about to take off at Rice.
I'm about to take off. Like, I'm about to take off at Rice. I'm about to have a big year. And it just, school kind of like got twisted up, and then I didn't play too well when I got the opportunity at Rice. I kind of like was scared, like I didn't have the confidence that I know that I should have, that I walk around with me till this day. I didn't have
just in
it.
life, your confidence in life.
Yeah, I didn't have it that sophomore year. I don't know what it was, but I don't blame Mo Hicks for it. I just know that you have to bring it. He's one of those coaches. Like, he's not gonna like pull it out you. You either have it or you don't with him. But that was a lesson learned.
So you leave there and go to Oakland Tech. What made you leave Rice and go to Oakland Tech? Like, how did Oakland Tech come about?
Okay, well, after sophomore year, I'm still like in Rice, like Rice in my mind. We supposed to go to 5-star again. I just made All-Star, defensive player. I was supposed to be like going there regardless. I gets there, they like, yo, you not on the list. I'm like, what? The nigga's like, nah, you not on the list. I'm like, oh shit. So I can
Politics.
Yeah. So I goes back. I'm like, I tells my brother. I ain't like, my feelings wasn't hurt or nothing. I just was like, damn, that's how the niggas moving. I go. I tells my brother. He's like, nah. We out of there.
We out of here?
Straight up. We out of there.
But Oakland Tech, what made you go all the way to the West Coast?
My grandmother lived in Richmond, California, which is right next to Oakland. So it made sense. It just was like, you kind of exhaust all your, and back then you got to sit out unless you go to certain, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, where else I'm going to go? What I'm going to do? I don't really want to go to public school. So, because Oakland Tech was the first public school I went to. I was supposed to go to De La Salle, and Goat was supposed to go to Oakland Tech.
De La Salle is in California too?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was supposed to go there, and I ended up saying, it just makes sense. We gonna play together. We didn't get to do it. I was supposed to do it at Rice, so I'm gonna just go to Tech. Tech ended up having, and honestly, I think Goat and Doc was looking it up, and they seen that Leon Poe went there. He was the number 2. He was the number 2 player in the country behind LeBron. So it just.
He went to California University.
Yeah, he went to Cal. Yeah.
And he was a pro. He was on that Celtics chip team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, big time pro. He just had tore his ACL like twice in high school or once in high school, then tore it again. That's why he kind of like slipped in the draft, but he was like big time, long arms, monkey, like he was a monster.
Did you get to play with him?
No.
Oh, okay.
I got to play with Quentin Thomas. Shout out to Q.
What school Q went to?
UNC. He's a Tar Heel.
And you going to UNC? I don't care who you is. You a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he tough. He was tough. 6'3", jump out the gym, handle. He was tough. I learned a lot from Q, just knowledge wise. He had a lot of knowledge. He knew how to win. Shout out to Q, man. Shout out to Q, man.
And who was the best player you played against on the West Coast?
Demarcus Nelson.
Duke Blue Devil, man. Shout out to the brotherhood, man. You know how I rock with the brotherhood.
That's a fact. Demarcus Nelson.
Grown man.
And this is so crazy because I always tell a story. Demarcus Nelson was dogging us so bad. And I'm like, damn, Sebastian was dogging him. So
we gonna get to that Sebastian
I'm
story.
like, yo, imagine like it was just like crazy because Demarcus Nelson was destroying us.
So you're saying that Sebastian was the best player you played against in high school, period?
Hell yeah, by far. Not even close.
Not even close. Where you linked with him at? Where y'all ran into each other at?
I think it was Tim Couch. Tim Couch used to have these workouts at John Jay. Shout out to Julius Hodge. Big. He when
Home
you say,
team, uptown.
Yeah, he's a big influence too. Him and Dante Croft, Coach Croft. That's my brother. He's like one of the outside of my brother. He's probably right behind, like
as far as influences and pushing you.
Yes, hell yeah. He was with me along the ride.
Dante's still doing it. Shout out to him.
Hell yeah, still doing it. Big time. He no talent. So we used to go to these workouts at John Jay. All the pros used to be there. Mark Jackson, Escalade, RP Escalade. He was there. Sebastian, Ramel Bradley, Smush. It used to just be wild pros and like top high school players there, and you know, being that Jews, we from the same area. Anytime he got an opportunity to have me showcase, like, because he believed in me too, he would be like, yo, Zele, come on, we gonna come here. And then I played, and I kind of had like the whole gym, like, yo, who is this kid? I remember Sebastian came down, and this how I knew he was like a pro, because he wasn't doing like his regular, it looked like he was probably like trying to practice.
He trying shit.
Yeah, like, so he posting up, shimmy, fadeaway, cash. I'm like, okay, I come down, I score. He come down again. Shimmy, fadeaway, cash. I come down, I score. And then he scored again. So he scored 3 times in a row, same move. And then the next time I miss. And I was like, they was showing me major love.
I mean,
after that.
In high school, niggas wasn't doing that to Bassy, scoring twice, going back and forth with him now. Niggas wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
But I just want to say something, man, about Uptown, period, man. You see how he spoke about how Julius Hodge looked out for him as a kid. That's what we do Uptown, man. This, my brother right here, man, when he was 17, I was 13, man. He threw me in the jungle with them, 17, man. Him and his older brother.
Yep.
Like, that's what we do Uptown, man. We show love.
That's a fact, big fact. I remember that Doc was like, yo, you putting him down. I'm like, who? He like, what they called you, Young Kobe?
Yeah, they called me Young Kobe at the time.
Young Kobe. He like Young Kobe. I'm like, oh, the kid that's going crazy with the youngest? He was like, yeah. Because I knew your brother. Your brother Say.
Shout out to Say.
That's my guy. So we, you know what I mean? It was like a connection. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And he just came on the team.
We've been locked in ever since,
yeah,
man.
Yeah,
I'm 32, so I was 13. That's 19 years we've been locked in.
Word, hell yeah. That was a good time, man.
Hell yeah, man. You won MVP of that
Yeah,
shit. They gave you the MVP chain.
MVP piece, word.
Yeah, definitely, man. We had a crew.
I was icy, too. I was walking around Cali with that shit on. Word.
So, Quinn was there your junior year, right?
Yeah.
So your senior year, how was your senior year in Oakland Tech?
My senior year, when we first got there, they asked us, did we want to reclass? And we didn't even really know too much about reclassing.
It wasn't big like that back then.
Yeah, they was like, yo, we could put y'all in as sophomores. And I'm like, we both like, nah, we ain't doing no extra year all over. Nah, we gonna do it now. So we get there, we can't play right away because we got to go through the hardship to find out why these kids from New York is coming here.
Yeah.
Like, are y'all recruiting kids? You can't do that in public school. They're like, so, but we actually had family. You start getting impatient. with the whole process, I felt GOAT. He ended up leaving me.
He came back to the city?
Yeah, he came back to the city. He went to Peak Scale with Rick.
Okay, yeah. I remember that.
He ended up leaving me, and I'm there I'm like sad, like super sad, because I'm like, I'm on a whole other side of the world, basically the country. I'm like, the whole style is different. The dressing, the talking, the style of play, everything is different. Like, and at that time in Oakland, California, they was just murdering.
The violence was crazy.
Killing, like killing people. So it was like, you know, you gotta keep your head down and just keep moving.
Be
like,
about strictly about business.
Yeah, you know what I mean? My grandmother always say, yo, man, you walk with God.
You still say that shit to this day, man. I always wonder where you got it from.
I never really been afraid to go anywhere, but sometimes you just got to take yourself out of places that you don't need to be at. Cause
Take yourself out of your comfort zone.
You could be at the right at the wrong place at the right time, and something can happen to you. You could be at the wrong place at the wrong time. So it could be both ways. So you just gotta So I went out there. I'm from the New York City, where it's like 2 cops to a car out there, is 1 cop to a car. I don't know how it is now, but when back then, so it was like.
What year was that?
Probably 03.
Damn. 20 years ago.
Hell yeah, that's a long time ago. Like 03, because I graduated 06. Because I had to do a whole. I'm gonna say about that. That was another thing why Abyssinia is crazy, but it was. I ended up getting cleared. Goat left. If he stayed a little bit longer, he would have got cleared too. We ended up winning conference. We ended up losing to. Newark Memorial, they had Devon Harden. I don't know if you remember
No, I never heard of him.
Excuse me. He was a Cal. He was a pro. He played with the Warriors and somebody else. I think Charlotte Hornets.
Okay.
You could Google him, Devon Harden. He's 7-footer.
Oh, big man.
Yeah. We lost to them, but we beat Antonio Kellogg.
I heard of him. That was UConn.
Shout out to Kellogg. Yeah, he went to UConn. I played against a lot of good players. Oakland got a lot of good players. I see Dame. Oh
yeah, Dame.
And Dame went to Oakland High, I believe, and that's in my conference.
Motherfucking J Kidd and Gary Payne from out there too, I believe.
Yeah, they from the Bay too. Bay got a lot. Shout out to the Bay, man. But my junior year was like, as far as winning, it was excellent. Now my senior year, they don't even think I'm coming back. Because they know how trash we was gonna be, so they thinking like, Zele he's not even coming back. I remember my athletic director. I was never thinking about leaving. I was always coming back. Like, I love it here. Like this is
you the man.
You the guy. I'm not going nowhere. My athletic director, when she seen me, she was so happy. She was like, "Oh, you back?" Because I used to always come to school. They started like August, into August. When I came back, I used to come back like 2 weeks later, so I'd be late. I'm 2 weeks behind in class.
Yeah, you playing that motherfucking showstopper trying to win an MVP
Word.
train.
So I come. She was so happy to see me, but that year was like brutal as far as wins. I was third in scoring. I think I did like 21 or something like that.
That's a lot of points in high school.
I did 21. I was third, and we didn't even make the playoffs. Word. So that was kind of like, now I'm like, all right, season done. Our season done early. Abyssinian. I'm not gonna say what coach.
Man, listen, if you want to say it, we let it all out. We don't hold no punches. If you want to say it, that's up to you.
Yeah, they said, yo, we gonna get you in prep school, right? They get Rick in prep.
That's when we went to Longburg.
Yeah, he went no, it's not Longburg. He went to
Patterson.
Patterson. Yes. They gets Rick in. I should have played with Oakland Soldiers from off the rip.
Yeah.
They wanted me, and they was one of the best teams in the country.
That's like Gauchos or the fucking West Coast.
Yes, I should have played with Oakland Soldiers, but that's me just wanting to play with my friends at home. I should have never came home for summers, none of that. But you live and you learn. Mm-hmm. My son will not do that. We're gonna stay in Rock the whole time. We're gonna work out.
And also, man, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
My
you,
man
brother.
about to be a father soon, man.
Yes. Beautiful daughter.
Definitely.
I would never come back to New York until the mission was finished. But I just love my friends and my family. So it was just like hard staying over there. But yeah, they told me, I'm like, they like, yo, don't graduate. Because they're not taking they want you to come in. I don't think the school that we were supposed to go to take post grads. So they didn't want us to graduate. Go end up not getting in. And he goes to San Francisco City, junior college. Mm-hmm. He go to San Francisco City. They one of the best junior colleges in California. So we at this place where this is the first time I ever heard of gray shirt. They told me to gray shirt, which is you can practice with the team, you can do all this stuff, but you're not a full-time student, so my clock don't start. Once your clock start, now you only got 5 years to play 4. Mm-hmm. So me gray shirting, my clock would never start. I would have that year was just me getting extra. Basically, be being in 6 years. Yes. So that's what that was. I didn't notice it. I didn't know back then, but I thought it was like disrespectful. Like this, like what? Like, but they was trying to save me. But I ended up taking the whole summer. That's when I played with Sam Ryans and all that, and I think Panthers. Because Danny Green was on his way to UNC. Danny Green. Did I play with Danny Green?
That's crazy because Danny Green and Quentin Thomas. That's how I come full circle. Danny Green and Quentin Thomas together. Because I didn't play with Danny Green. I didn't play that year with Danny Green. I played against him. Before you go on, I just want to know, son, what's the difference between West Coast and East Coast basketball, in your opinion?
At that time, it was more skill on the East.
On the East.
West Coast was more raw.
Athletes.
You got hungry players everywhere. I think they was more willing to learn. Like New York
you just throw some puck and
you know what I mean? They kind of like get built up over there at that time. Mm-hmm. At that time, and they just athletes. They're taller. They got better air than us. Our air was like shitty, so
polluted.
We got a lot of little guards, and you know what I mean. But back then,
do they shoot better than us? Because they say everybody shoot better than New York. They say down south you would shoot. I want to know if the West Coast shoot better.
I don't think so. Antonio Kellogg could shoot.
He could shoot that shit.
But he was kind of like streaky, but he get hot, he go crazy. Q could shoot it a little bit. We had some shooters. We had a couple. I've seen a couple shooters, but I ain't seen no shooter like AJ Price.
I never seen AJ Price play in person. I was too young to see him.
If you could go shooter for shooter, you got AJ. AJ was like one of the best.
I seen him in UConn. His shit was cash.
Mid range, retarded. But I think New York guards could have went over there and did their thing. Yeah.
So you'll say East Coast is a little more tougher. as far as competition?
Yes. Rel would have dogged him.
Rel would have dogged him, bro. Man, Rel's supposed to be out there, man.
Yeah, Rel supposed to. They loved Rel. They loved him because he kind of was different and he was bigger. But Jig was supposed to go out. Jig was actually out there also.
Jiggy?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well,
Jig
I
was
didn't
in
even
my
know he came to
crib.
Cali.
Jig was in my crib. He's supposed to go to what's Samuel Jackson movie?
Oh,
Richmond High.
right. Richmond High. You talking about?
Yeah, that's where Jig was supposed to go.
Damn, Coach Carter.
Yes, Coach Carter. Jig was supposed to go there. Facts.
Jig would have tore that shit up.
When you get with Jig, ask him about that. He was out there with my man Gil. Shout out to Gil, one of the best. He helped me help a lot of people. He called me his godson.
You told me stories about Gil.
Gil the Thrill. Shout out to Gil the Thrill, man.
So after Oakland Tech, you go to junior college. You go to Howard, but you go to college before Howard.
Yes, I go to Merritt, which is the coach from San Francisco. I think his name is Coach Troy. God bless his soul. He's dead now. I think he had a heart attack or something like that. He was the assistant. He actually came to see me play, and they love GOAT. But I wasn't thinking about junior college. I had Fresno State. Like, they was offering me. Like, I just didn't have the grades. I had Pepperdine. No, I had Pepperdine after Howard. I had St. Mary's. I had San Francisco. San Francisco used to love me, but they was trash back then. They like nice now. They was
they
dirt,
I think they went to the tournament this year.
Yeah, they was dirt. They was dirt. When I was coming up, they was trash. What else I had a lot of the West Coast schools, and I didn't want to be in the West Coast anyway. But I wanted to go to Fresno State, just off Skip and all. Like you hear the stories. So I wanted to go there. Yes, I wanted to go there, but at the time, the coach got fired because he was going to send me to a prep school. He ended up getting fired. So now I'm in a limbo. I goes to Abyssinian. They don't do what they supposed to do. I ends up going to Merritt because the same coach, he ended up getting a head coaching job at Merritt, which Kasim and Dede went to.
I remember you said about that.
The plan was to steal Gray Shirt because I wasn't sold on being a junior college player at that time. Yeah. So I'm still like, he like, yo, I'm going to just show him the college life and show him this, and he going. So that was his plan. But my plan was, I'm just here till I figure out something. So we both had secret agendas. Yeah. So shout out to Charlie Burgess.
Shout out to Charlie Burgess.
He called me and said, yo, I'm going to try to get you in Blinn.
That's the shit Rel went to.
Yeah. He's like, yo, I'm going to try to get you in Blinn. I know a coach there. I'm going to try to get you there. So I get a random call. I just gets kicked out of practice. I'll never forget this. I gets kicked out of practice. I goes in the locker room, grab my phone. I gets a random call. I think I'm calling my mom's. Probably. I was calling my mom's or my brother. I get a random call. He like, this is Denzel. I'm like, yeah. He like, yo, this is Coach Sorter from Howard College. I'm like, oh, for real? But Jarrell already had told me that Howard, he's going to Howard. He's like, yo, I'm going to Howard. They hit me up. So I'm like, all right, bet, that's fired. They called me like, yo, we want you to come. Do not play in no game. If you play in any of these games at Merritt, you're done. I'm like, he like, you're done. Do not play in no game. So I don't play. The guy Troy Johnson finds out. So he gives me a class and makes me red shirt. So,
instead of gray shirt.
So that's I'm gonna explain how that messes me up at Howard. So he starts my clock early. So now I gotta get extra credits and all types of stuff. So I leave. Me and Rel go there. they in the playoff push. We playing. We the scout team. We dogging them, killing them, and all that. I it's like, and I'm playing wild D because I really used to play like OD.
That's your calling card.
Yes, that was like, I'm gonna get my bucket some way. I'm gonna get some steals because I used to like really rip niggas, like steal it. So I goes there. It was a great experience. It just showed me how to really live on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I love Howard. That's like, if someone asks me like, what's your mascot? I'm gonna say I'm a Howard Hawk. Out of everything.
Man, your motherfucking connections are so strong in Texas, man. You had me on the phone with motherfucking Jason Sauter. I think he was at Western Texas,
yes,
JUCO?
Yes, he was head coach of West Texas.
And he was just like, all right, if Zell vouch for you, just come down here and we gonna figure some shit out.
My head coach was Mark Adams, who was just Texas Tech head coach, but he just resigned because he said something out the Bible and it came off as like super duper racist slavery type. He kind of lost me with that, but he's my favorite coach ever. He never said anything racial to me, never. But that's my guy.
Shout outs to him.
Yeah, he did a lot for me till this day. Till this day, he did a lot for me. So he tells me, yo, you gonna go to the NBA, you could do this, da 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 da. I see a lot of potential in you. I'm definitely gonna get you in the top Division I school, but I see like NBA for you. This is Coach Adams telling me. Just to get me to stay. I stay. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm locked in. I come back. This nigga got a sophomore from Washington. I said, this nigga just gassed me to say, and he recruited a sophomore. That's when I knew.
Shit is politics, man.
That JUCO is strictly, yo, you got to be a killer. Like, you got to be a killer, or it's like crazy.
And you only get 2 years.
Yeah, you only
so
get 2 years.
You gotta put on.
Shout out to Corey Arman, Sean Watson, my man Tez. They like, there was Marquise Deans. That's my dog.
He went to St. Dominic's, right?
Yes.
I remember
Kobe,
him.
Devon Baker, my brother. Like these guys I went to war with at Howard, big time.
So how was it at Howard? Like, how did you
Excellent.
play?
My first year, I kind of lost confidence in my jump shot. Like they was guarding me like Rondo. I swear to God.
Hey,
like,
you a shooter?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I can't shoot. Like, that's how I know everything is mental. Like, cause I was really scared to shoot. Like, I can't shoot, so they guarded me like. But I still probably did like 9.5, 10. And I started, my first game I started my freshman year was conference, Midland. Midland is like one of the top JUCOs. Yeah, top JUCOs. But my sophomore year is when I really like kind of blossomed. I was kind of like a leader. But spin back around, I got all these schools. I was really ready to commit to Pepperdine, and couldn't do it. I had to go to summer school. And
You wanted to get back to the city?
Nah, it wasn't even that. I had to do too much, but they can't really hold scholarships like that. You know, they got a job to do, and I understood that. And Stephen F. Austin kind of put pressure on me too. And they wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah.
My coach was working his ass to get me into these schools. I had even Florida called about me. Like, I had a lot of schools calling. Yes, a lot of interest. But I had the that red shirt year kind of did me dirty because you got to get a certain amount of credits more than a regular 2-year kid. Like you got to get 3 years worth of credits.
Credits because you're a redshirt.
Yeah. So kind of like, and I had got like a D in math or F. No, I got a D in math, and I got like a F in like 2 social study classes or some history or something like that. So it already kind of like doomed me. But I had wild electives in criminal justice. That's what kind of saved me, because Stephen F. Austin had in order for me to get in there, I had to major in criminal justice.
Okay.
Which what my major is now that I never used.
Motherfuckers just want to graduate college, man.
I was like, man, I'm playing ball for a living anyway, so that none of that shit even matters. You know what I mean? But I ended up going there. That was an experience. I met a lot of. That's the only thing I can like say about Stephen F. Austin. I met a lot of great people. Great.
That's what it's really about,
brothers.
Though. Network.
Shout out to Pee Wee, Bostic, RP, AO, Dez, Lil J, Jordan Glenn. He's still playing right now. My man Eddie. My man Lil, Eric Bell.
Okay.
Walter Harris. Like I got a lot of OT. Like I seen a lot of talented people that like they could have went to bigger and better schools, but it just, you know how this basketball shit goes.
Politics, man. There's always politics in that shit. So was Stephen F. Austin where the injuries started coming into play?
Yes, I broke my hand. I broke my hand at like Rice. Rice first broke my hand. Howard broke my hand, and then I broke my hand at Stephen F. Austin my senior year. So I missed around 8 games, 8 games with the broken hand. And I come back, I play like 2 games. My 3rd game, I do a hop step, no look crossover hop step like D-rolls, and that shit popped. I just threw the ball in the air. I'll never forget that. It was like, I tried to get up. It was like, I couldn't even walk.
That was the first time you tore your ACL?
But they thought it was meniscus. So they continued to try to have me play on it. I couldn't play.
Hold on, tell me, you was playing on the torn ACL?
Yeah,
that's tough.
like working out to get to play for conference tournament time. I couldn't do it, and it was over for my career after that. It just I was never the same mentally. Yeah. So I just kept getting hurt, tearing it. So that's how I had 6 surgeries on my knee. Yeah,
man. I watched you have surgery. It's like, man, even shit leading up to this day.
Word.
That knee still was that shit.
Screwed out.
Yeah.
Word.
But I remember, man, you playing your first game on ESPN. All of us in the barbershop watching you. That shit was like a big thing uptown. All of us was in the barbershop watching you. Yeah. Definitely, man. Yeah. And Doc was the one telling us, man. Like I said, Doc played a big role in everybody from uptown that hooped. Doc took him under the wing, man. Shout out to your brother again.
Shout out to Doc. Shout out to young Mike. My whole family. Shout out to my mom. She the GOAT.
Miss Denise. Shout out to you.
Definitely. Shout out to my pops.
Yo, I got a story about your pops, man. Tim will tell you, man. I remember we was going to fucking see Paid in Full. We was too young to see it. And him and young Mike, they was going to the movies. So they not letting me and Tim in. So he like, yo, these are my nephews. So the dude like, yo, what's his name? Tim gonna say, we just call him Unc. But nah, yeah, Headache always is a good dude, man. Word. But you know, we gonna wrap it up here. Just something that I do with anybody that comes up here, man. I want to know your key to the game, man. That's the whole concept of this podcast. What's your key to the game? What's some advice or, you know, some wisdom you could give to the youth or to your younger self that'll make you a better person now?
You know, don't let no's stop you. No mean go. Keep going, because they try to hit you with a no and discourage you, and that's just with anything in life. Just keep going, because no mean nothing. And I think that that's it.
All right, man. Once again, I appreciate you for coming up here, man.
You know that, brother.
Always, man. Love you too, man. That's a wrap, man. Episode 1. Peace.